Okay, ready? Right. Okay, good morning. Welcome back. Now, what happened? What went wrong? What next? And what for the future? Well, exactly what happened was a week ago, early hours of Saturday morning, last weekend, I woke up with crushing chest pains, suspected it to be what I thought might be a heart attack, penny phoned for an ambulance, and when they arrived, they hooked me up to their ECG equipment and confirmed that, true enough, I was having a pretty significant heart attack. Now, in the following few hours, I was straight to the local cardiac care unit at Royal Bournemouth Hospital, where the care that I got was not only awesome and amazing, but it was immediate. I was straight in. I was prepped for surgery within 20 minutes, and I was in theatre in 45, which is incredible. The operation took about 2.5 hours to fit 3 stents, and as soon as I was out and in care, I started to recover. All of the obs started to go back to normal, and it looked like I was on the mend. Now, after a couple of days of recovery, they wanted to take me back into theatre again and fit a 4th stent on the other side of the heart, because that was precautionary, because they could see I'd get problems with that again in the future. Now, if you've ever known anything about heart attacks, they are usually down to bad lifestyle. But in my case, I don't think so. My cholesterol levels are low, my blood sugar's correct, my BMI is roughly correct, I drink very little, and I've never smoked cigarettes in my life. Now, I don't know why I got this problem. I run pretty enthusiastically. I've got a good personal best time, and I think possibly I may have pushed too hard on that, I don't know. But according to the surgeons and the senior cardiac nurses, it could well just be genetics, who knows. But I'm okay. I lived through it. I'm going to be fine, and I'm on the mend actually quite well. I'm on a long program of repair and recovery now. I've got something like 14 medications to be on a day, so that's pretty disappointing, but it's all for a reason, and it is having an effect. Now, I'm banned from driving cars, riding motorbikes, or operating machines of any kind for a month. So as to what comes next, well, a month off. It's as simple as that, because in the next month, I have a lot to do. I have treadmill tests, ECG tests, physiotherapy, and all sorts of things to get back to health. And I want to get back to health. And the only way I can do that is, rather than try and fit that treatment and physio and all of those things into my existing schedule, that's not going to work. My existing schedule is too punishing as it is. So I'm going to just delete all that and push it to one side. We're going to take a month off YouTube, shut down for a month, and focus on my recovery. And I hope that you'll agree with that that's the right way to go. And in the next 4 weeks, that simply means there'll be no videos. We won't upload anything new at all, any fresh footage or content whatsoever. We'll just shut the doors. And the reason for that, as I said, is I need time to focus on my recovery and get back to normal. And I hope that if I do it that way, that in a month's time, I will have recovered far better than I would have if I try and fit it in. I think that makes sense. So a month from now, well, in that period of time, we're not just going to leave the screen blank with a white dot in the middle. We're going to keep the channel rolling. We're going to keep content coming up. But what we're going to do instead is, like a music artist with a greatest hits album, we're going to upload some of our favorite old videos as reloads. It's for you to enjoy. And not work on bikes either. Some of the stuff we used to do that didn't involve the garage. We're going to do some Q&As with Mr. Dyson, which I thought was going to be a lot of fun, because I know you love them. We get requests for them all the time. And also some of the FROs. They're great fun. The little FRO riding logs, so we'll do those as well. And a few other interesting little bits and pieces as well. So we will keep a couple of videos a week rolling up, and they'll just be reloads. Now, for those of you who are patrons and support the channel financially and help us with this, we will not be claiming Patreon support for those videos, because we feel they're reloads, they're already made. We're not putting any extra effort into making those, so they'll be free entertainment for you. But on the other hand, if you want to support us through this period, through this next month of downtime, and help us through that, then that would be great. Just contact us separately and we'll show you how to do it, because when we load them up, we won't charge them to Patreon. They'll be free. And again, contact us separately and we'll show you how to do it through PayPal, no problem at all. And the same goes for everyone else as well. We've still got the rent to pay, we've still got the bills to pay, but we've got only a month to go and we'll be back to normal. Now, I mentioned just previously Q&As with Mr. Dyson. So the long question, what next? What we're going to do after the 1 month shutdown? What we're going to come back to you with? Well, we thought would be really nice is to get hold of Mr. Dyson and get him down here and we'll do a Q&A. We haven't done it for something like 6 years since the last one, and it's requested all the time. And the other reason for this is my great mate, my good old mate, Dave Dyson. We've known each other for about 20 years, and he has also had a very significant health scare himself in the last couple of 3 months. He's on a further down the road recovery to me, but his problem's worse than mine, believe it or not. So he's in recovery, I'm in recovery. It's a gentle thing to do. Get together, have a Q&A, and we'll both have a bit of fun with it. And hopefully you'll enjoy it too. And then after that, we'll get back to the channel as much as we can, as normal as possible. All I'm going to be cutting out in the future is the extra stuff I don't need to do. The extraneous things that cause the stress. I think that's wise. So lastly, just some very quick thank yous. We have to say thank you, first of all, without any shadow of a doubt, to the NHS, the British National Health Service. In the last 14 months, we've heard so much about the fact that the NHS are heroes because of COVID-19. Well, obviously, yes, they are. But when you personally have had a brush with mortality and you've been in their hands, your life has been in their hands, and they've brought you through your darkest hour, you really do see it. You understand it. They don't just care because they have to. They don't care because they're paid to. They care because that's who they are. Right from the cardiac consultant surgeons to the student nurses who take care of all your wipes and cleanups. And honestly, without them, I wouldn't be here. So thank you to the NHS. That's completely inadequate to just say it that way, but you know what I mean. Without them, this country would be a different place, and I wouldn't be here, and all of us would have a harder life. So to the NHS, without a doubt, thank you from the bottom of my slightly wounded heart. Now also thank you to you. In the last week, I got home yesterday and Penny showed me some of the messages, and there are nearly 1,000. So, oh my goodness, 1,000 messages almost in the last 4 days or so since the Hayabusa video came up, and she just put a message at the top to tell you I was unwell. Well, your messages of support have carried me through this week. I haven't stopped reading the love. Thank you so much, but not for me. I know, yes, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But thank you for your support for Penny, and I just want to touch on that now to finish. On the day of the accident, on the day of my heart attack, it was 1:30 in the morning. She called the ambulance. The crew came thundering in the house. It's a massive whirlwind while I'm being hooked up to 12 leads, dragged out the door in an ambulance, blue lights and fuss, and gone. Then the door slams. Silence. And she's left the other side of that door, bewildered, wondering what's next. She didn't hear from anyone till 10 o'clock that morning. That's a terrifying time. So your support, it seemed natural. The amount of messages saying, you too, Penny, you too, Penny, I hope you're okay. The amount of you asking after her, thank you all for that. That touched me more than your good wishes for me. It really did, because she means more to me than any other human. And your care and consideration for her, that's awesome. Thank you so much for your care for our Penny. But I'm going to leave it there. So that's it. I've had a heart attack. I'm still here. You ain't getting rid of me that easy. And in 4 weeks' time, when we reopen the doors, we're going to come back with a Q&A with the awesome Mr. Dyson and bring the channel back to normal. So there we are. Thank you for watching. Take it easy. Ride safe. I'll see you in a month.